Have you ever done something so cool that it made you laugh? Like you had something in your mind and you'd lay in bed at night just be like, it would be really cool if I could do X, Y, and Z. But it never really comes to fruition, but it would be cool if you could. Well, I finally did something. I'm not bringing something to market, which I just did, which is super exciting. I bonded my whole vehicle. I made several copper pipe antennas. I made fiberglass antennas with 6-gauge copper wire. I mounted a hinge mount mobile CB antenna. I mounted my radios, some linears, and just bonded everything to the chassis, the doors, the roof, everything. These are just things that you'd think I'd be proud of. Like, oh my God, hang my hat up. That's it. I'm the man. I just accomplished all these cool tasks. They all pale in comparison to what I just did. Okay? It's not perfect. I'm not bringing it to market. It was just an experiment. But it is so freaking cool. I want you all to see it, and I hope you guys can do it. I'll put these 2 items in the description. They're just from Amazon. Not even that expensive, but it's so cool to me. I'm so stoked. I can't wait to show you. All right, guys, this is by no means like some finished product, but this is a working prototype of this process. Here it is. So this came as one piece. I just heat shrunk stainless steel zip ties. I bent this steel, I guess 1-inch bar here, and then I put 2 like rubber stoppers under there because it was touching the roof a little bit. Okay, that is a big ass antenna attached to this actuator. Hold on. What I did do is I ran the wire along here. I ran the wire down here. I ran it down the door. I ran it behind the seat. And I just put this voltage forward reverse switch over here. I just put it right here, and I ran it to my power pole connectors. All right, now I have the remote. I want you to see this. So see this? All right, let me flip it around. First, I'm going to show you up close. I'm going to click the button. All right, I'm going to press down. You got to do it like twice. I'm going to press up, and then I'm going to press stop halfway. You can stop it. So I'm no engineer. I'm sure there's a way better way to mount this and work this out, and I'm sure one of you will actually figure that out. But let me know. Send me some ideas, and maybe I'll tweak this and make it a little better. But I'm going to show you, in the next few minutes how I put it together, and it's really not that hard. If you just have a couple tools lying around. But I'm so excited. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so excited, you guys. I hope you know how cool this is. There's smaller versions of like a little ham radio antenna mounts that are motorized, but I've never seen something so heavy duty. This motor handles like 600 plus pounds. So I was like, this is it, man. This is the one. So anyway, hopefully you guys come up with a better option than and versions of this that I got, and please send them my way. I will happily, tweak mine like as I always do, and then I'll thank you in the next video. So anyway, this is how I made it. Thanks. All right, guys, you know how I have this bracket here on my mobile? It's by Stargun, but you have to tighten it here and here and here and wherever you want to leave it. Well, I have come up with the coolest idea I have ever come up with. This doesn't exist, only in smaller antennas and brackets, but this is the first time I've ever seen it at this like magnitude. So what I got off Amazon was this bad boy. It only has 2 inches of travel. I don't think I need any more. And it's an electric actuator, and attached to that is this RF forward reverse switch, and it comes with these little handheld keychains. Boop boop, up, stop, down. Oh, stand by. And for demonstration purposes, I just ran some power to my Anderson power poles to this forward reverse switch there, and from the forward reverse switch to the actuator. And with this, it should control it. I think it's fully extended right now, so I'm going to press down. Oh, I got a power on. Let's go down. Oh, stop. Go up. Yup. Stop. Down. Stop. How freaking cool is this? I can't wait to get this thing going. And for this thing to operate properly, it's got to have some clearance. So I can't have it like up here. I'm going to have it lowered, right? So I'm going to put that flat bar steel that I got right here from Home Depot, 1 inch by 36 and 3/16 thickness. I'm going to run it right here and then bend it downward. So I'm just going to put one bolt through it right around here. I have a ground down there, I have to avoid that, but I'm going to drill through this and put a bolt through both of them, and then around here, right around here, I'm going to bend it in the vise and have it slant downward like this, and then I'm going to have to put another bend in it so it's kind of flat. So it's going to look kind of like this, like a Z, a lightning bolt-ish. But that way it'll give clearance and allow those 2 hinges to operate independently. And then, like I said, I have to get a little plastic sheet to put around this so it doesn't have electrical or RF connectivity to the bracket. All right, we got her clamped up in this here vise. And I don't know, I don't have the proper equipment, but I got this big ass crescent wrench. I'm going to give it a little bend here, see how it goes. I probably need 2 hands. Let me see. Yep, 2 hands. Alright, I got a little bend in that. Alright, I got one bend in there. I'm going to put another bend in there and give it a cut. Alright, let's shorten this up a bit. this is pretty much what I need. Let me just mark the bolt hole. Like that. Just going to put one bolt in there, and that should stabilize it. Alright, time to poke some holes. Alright, there's going to be my bracket. I kind of want to get it away from this ground underneath there. So, I think that's about centered. I'm just going to mark a hole. Right around there. That's my spot. I'll drill that. Boom. Alright, now time to clean that up. Alright, well, hopefully these all fit. I just got a bolt and a lock washer here. I'll do this by hand as opposed to by foot. I'm going to drill this bracket so I can put these through it. Stainless steel zip ties. So I got to create a barrier around this to keep the electrical and RF from the and grounding away from the bracket. So in all my antenna builds, I just have a crap load of this leftover heat shrink, and I just have a massive one here. So I'm just going to cut it here, put 2 coats of it, see how that goes. There's 1 coat, and then I'll just cut off the excess from the top. There we go. Let's cut that. Alright, time for the second one. Alright, that's it. Let that cool off and then I'll peel that back too. Alright, 2 coats of heat shrink. Let's zip tie it on there with some of these metal stainless steel zip ties. Alright, I got the placement okay for here. It's protected, all the metal's not touching metal. And here, I'm just going to put 2 holes here and here. And then mounting should be done. Alright, 2 holes drilled. Alright, this is just a test, but are you ready for this? What? All right, now here is the wider angle. So now you can see the whole antenna. I'm gonna try to get the sky in the background so you can watch it. Here's the remote. It stopped halfway because I pressed stop. All right, let's press it down. So now, when I go into neighborhoods, that's, you know, riding it like this, you're not gonna hit the trees with the antenna. And say you are hitting a highway and you want to vertically polarize your antenna, you don't have to get out to do it. I hope you like it. I'm so stoked about this. That is by far the coolest thing I have done up until this point. No, it's not perfect. I'm sure I can tweak a million things about it. Like right now, it's like hitting like 45. That's where I've ridden with it before. But if I mess around with it, I'm sure I can get it down like a little more flat. So maybe I can get through parking garages. But anyway, I hope you like it. If you know anyone that could do something like this, it's super easy. Like I said, I only bought like 2 parts for it. Well, 3, including the stainless bar. And dude. Oh my God, I love it. I hope you guys do too. Peace.